Hey friends, it's Ruben with HIFIMIDI. Nice to see you after so long. I know it's been a while since I've been online, especially live. Um, I think I took a 2-month break. So if you're out there and you can hear me, say hello. Hey Janice. So this live stream is going to be totally unscripted. By the way, let me know if you can hear me, if my audio is good. Sometimes I have to set the audio routing. I'm just going to wait on here until a couple more people log on. Hi, Nick. Hi, Jeremy. Good. I'm glad you can hear. So, man, it's been a long time since I've posted anything. I posted something recently, but before that, it had been 2 months since my last video. I got really busy during the Christmas season. You know, we musicians don't have a life in December. And then January, I got busy as well. But I had a lot of libraries come in, a lot of sample libraries email to me, can you review this product? And some of them I checked out and I thought, no, I'm going to pass on this. I don't recommend it to my subscribers, to my viewers. And other ones that were like, this is great. I want to review this, but I just don't have time. I was working on several projects. But tonight, I want to go through several. This is completely unscripted. Some of this is going to be first views, so I might not give the right information about the product, so I'm going to look it up really quickly. The first one is going to be Evolution Boutique Acoustic by Orange Tree Samples, and I might do a few other ones if I have time this evening. So Evolution Boutique Acoustic. Obviously, it's an acoustic guitar, but let me get some information about it. This is a contact instrument. I'm getting onto Orange Tree Samples website. Okay. Evolution Boutique Acoustic puts the sound of an exquisite handcraft steel string acoustic guitar at your fingertips. Focusing on a fingerstyle playing approach, this virtual instrument gives you a soft, dreamy attack with the vibrant, rich sustain. And it's $40 off, so it's an introductory price. Am I going to release MIDI programming part 2? Yes, I am, and I'm working on a script right now. I want this program or this course to be bigger than the last courses and better. So it's taking a lot of work trying to get my thoughts organized because I have a really weird way of thinking. But anyway, let me close this real quick so I can load a new one. I didn't even know that Orange Tree Samples released a new guitar. Yeah, they've released a new product almost every month, I believe, in the last year, maybe every couple of months. So I'll go over the last few. So this is Evolution Boutique Acoustic. And I'm going to play a little bit for you, and then I'm going to talk about the features. Let me know if you can hear that. I might not have Cubase going through OBS. Face camera froze. Okay, that's all right. Maybe I could turn it off. 1 2 1 2. Uh-oh. I've been having issues, but I did upgrade to Sonoma, so that might be it. 1 second. There you go. Hopefully that's working now. This is the issue with live streaming. You never know what's going to happen. Okay. So right now it's set to sustain. One thing I like about Orange Tree Samples instruments is how raw they sound and slightly imperfect. And I don't mean that in a bad way. So with some sample libraries, they take the best out of all their samples. They want to make sure that every recorded note or every sample is perfect acoustically, and that it's like the optimum performance. So with Orange Tree Samples, they have some imperfect samples or I should say like things like a missed fret or a buzzy note. And I think that's good. I think that's a good option to have. You don't really see that a lot. Can you test the legato? OTS Songwriter has some odd legato going from one note to the other. Yes, I'll get to that in a minute. But one thing that Orange Tree Samples excels in is the hammer-on pull-offs. To me, they just have the best hammer-on pull-off out of any guitar any company I've ever reviewed. Let me go up the neck. Now this is where it starts getting weird with the scripting, because with some guitar sample libraries that I own, it follows a certain logic where if you go up the neck, it follows the rules like this. But now, with certain keys, with certain chords, it will give you a natural position, but as you go higher up the neck, it starts playing some unrealistic voicing. Do you see how there are two notes being played on the same string? That's not realistic, and it might give you a sample that you don't want to hear. Okay, so that's sustain, and there's lots of articulations. As you can see, if we scroll down, we're in the play menu. This is what I love about their products, is that they give you lots of articulations. I do wish that they had a preset where you can just key switch all of them, but unfortunately you'll have to make your own snapshot like that. All right, so here's palm mute. I'm gonna set it to velocity. You hear that? It sounds imperfect to me. Like, it doesn't sound really clear. There's a little bit of resonance and buzz to it. And this is really cool when you have sustain and palm mute together with a velocity layer. So I'm going to set the low velocities to palm mute and the higher ones to sustain. I'm going to set it to about 60. Let's see if that works. So this does take some setup. So low velocities are going to trigger palm mute. All right, that sounds pretty good. Then here is, whoops. Here's mute. Doesn't sound good by itself, but if you're mixing it in with palm mute and sustain, then it can add a little more nuance to the performance. Here's harmonics. Hey, Joe. Long time no see. That's weird. With the harmonics, you can slide to another note or do a little legato. Not sure if that's intentional. And then here's Grace Up. You know what? I'm not sure how this works exactly, the Grace Up note. So I'll skip that one for now. That's the problem with First Looks, is that I didn't have time to read the manual on this. buzz trill. So let me skip these real quick and start going through the presets, because the presets are going to take advantage of these articulations. So if we go here, we can load a snapshot, and this is called Acoustic Bloom. It's a little loud, so I'm going to lower the volume. Over here on the right side, we have in yellow keys, these are the effects, body effects. I'm looking for that string slap. What I would like to have seen is a string slap that actually cuts off the notes. Unfortunately, I don't get that. But in this case, they said it's best for fingerstyle playing. So fingerstyle playing would probably be something like this. Let me load a different preset. This one's a little too aggressive for me. That one sounds better. That sounded like more than words. Oh, yeah. All right, somebody asked for legato, so let me go down to legato. So velocity slide. I could have sworn I don't know if it's velocity slide or not. I'm gonna try that one. I'm gonna set it to the higher velocities. So maybe 110 is fine. That sounds really nice. Actually, that's one of my favorite features on this is the velocity slide. When you set it to high velocity, and even if you have it layered over the sustain, when you play that high velocity, you can get that note slide. Now I want to set it up so that it gives me a longer slide, so between a larger interval. I mean, right now it's set to only slide to a major second. So if we go to setup, you can control things like stereo width, so we can make it really wide, mono. Then we have our guitar signal that we can enhance, so it sounds really bright and crisp. And really compressed, actually. And we have single and double track, triple and quad track too, but I think I prefer double track as my highest limit. Okay, let's go back to single track. And there's pick modeling. So pick modeling is going to let you position your pick. So if I enable it, I can set where I want the pick to sound. So if I have it closer to the neck, it's going to have a harpier sound. then if I go closer to the bridge, I'm going to get a twangier sound. Do you hear that buzz? Some of you might like that. It sounds good with certain types of music. Sorry, I'm trying to read the Portuguese, but I don't know if it's meant for me because I don't speak Portuguese, but it's a beautiful language. There's lots of controls like pick position, pick variance, pre-roll amount. That looks new. Release volume. Right now it's pretty high. That's that little metallic sound when you release the strings. I like having it there. Somebody asked about tuning. I'm not sure if there's a specific tuning, and I don't think, based on the fact that it doesn't completely follow the rules of guitar, when you start getting to this part of the neck, I don't think that you can really... You know what? I spoke too soon. Alternate tuning. So it has standard, drop D, drop C, drop B. So I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but I'm going to name them. So here is... double drop D, modal D, half step down, whole step down, Nashville. I know Nashville gives it like a brighter, more open sound. New standard, baritone, open E, open D, open G, and custom. So I'll go with Nashville and just compare the two. Compare standard in that one. So as you can see, it cut off a lot of the lower notes. I'm going to try a different one. Here is drop D. It sounds beautiful. I'm not going to lie. Cricket Lullaby. That sounds good too. So all these presets are using the built-in effects, and you can change all that stuff in the tone menu. If you go scroll down here, you can see all the effects that are being used and create your own and save a snapshot. Now let me go through a little bit more setup stuff. Legato volume, string mode, polyphonic, legato range. Okay. So legato range, it's disabled right now for some reason. Let's see. Maybe it's because of the preset I'm using. So I'm going to use velocity. Take off harmonic. Oh, I see why. Let me go back to one of these other presets. Bedtime story. Velocity slide. I'm going to set that to 110 again. And I'm going to try to increase the slide interval. So legato range right now it's set to a major second going up. And I'm going to go all the way to perfect fourth. That's pretty good. Let me do a few more, and then I'm going to talk about the strum and chords. Sunset warmth, that sounds nice. I don't think I'm centered on the camera, excuse me. That's pretty. Ooh, this one's good. All right. Let me go back to the beginning. Not sure if it has a default. I wish it had a default one, a default snapshot. That way you can go back to its raw sound and start creating your own. I guess I could save this one as a default. So one of the weak points that I've always noticed about Evolution's acoustic guitars is the strumming. And I know they said they're working on a new engine or a new scripting. I'm not sure what you would call it. I think it's scripting. But either way, I don't really like the strum feature in this. One of the strum ways that you can strum is in chord mode. So when you go to chord mode, and there's 3 different ways that you can create chords. There's the held notes. So if I hold down these 3 notes, you're not going to hear anything until I start playing the strum keys, which is D1 and D sharp 1. So I'm going to hold down G major 7. So that's one way. The held notes is not going to give you a realistic sound or realistic voicing because it's literally using the notes that you're playing on the keyboard. The next one is automatic chords, which is gonna detect whether a chord is in a certain, like a natural chord. Let's say I'm playing an E major. It's going to give me the natural voicing for that. So some of those sound good, and maybe that's something that you would tweak later on in your MIDI editing to get it to sound more realistic with the velocities and the timing and all that. But it's still not convincing enough for me. The third way is using custom chords, and you can create your own chord names. I've never used this, to be honest. But you can load up these chords right here. It looks like, let's see. I'm trying to see if you can trigger these. These are the individual strings, it seems. So you can play the bass note. So that's one way to do it manually. And then the other way is to use the strum engine. This is a little bit more tedious, and if you watch my other Evolution guitar videos, you'll see how it works. But basically, here is your this is your measure, and then you can set the beats, the note division, and the swing. And then you basically hold down the key switch right here, C0, C sharp 0, D0, etc. And you play the chord, and it's going to play it back for you. So here is one called Busy Bee, which is found on the other ones, I believe, because the name sounds familiar. So I'm holding down the chord, and then I'm going to play C0. So how soft can strums go? That's how soft. And it's going to be dependent on the right hand. Or the left hand. Hold on. I'm sorry. That was wrong information. It's depending on the left hand. So I hold my chord down. And this is not sensitive to, or it doesn't make any use of the sustain pedal, so I can't hold it down. As soon as I let go of it, it stops. And then here is the next. Here's another one. So let's look at this really quickly. Here we have the strings that we're strumming. And you can raise this to get all of the strings or just a couple of them. And then you can control the direction, and the speed of the string is going to be based on the angle. Let's see. There you go. So if I have it straight up, it's going to be a quick strum. If I have it really slanted, it's going to be a slower strum. And then I can set the volume. And then the technique, or the articulation here. So there's some promise in this. It's not a terrible idea. It's not a bad idea. I think it's just the results are not convincing to me. Let's see. Okay, that's it for Evolution Boutique Acoustic. Some other ones that they sent my way were Vision Bass, and I know this came out This came out a few months ago, but I still want to give it its time. Let me see what kind of bass this is real quick. Okay, Evolution Vision Bass is a metal bass. So equipping you with a modern virtual powerhouse capable of sounding both hellish and heavenly, primal and futuristic. So it's a 5-string bass. I'm not sure what model. They don't show it here. So some of you who play bass probably know what this is based on the body. All right, so let me go ahead and load All Your Bass. I like that name. It's like all your bass are belong to us. Oh, this goes really low. So let me see. So we have palm mute on the lower velocities. I should load that. There you go. Oh, that is really low. So here's a note repetition. I love note repetition for metal basses because you can play really quick rhythms. So here we have sustained misfret. And this is what I'm talking about, those imperfect notes. Orange Tree Samples is one of those very few companies that is doing this. Like they're trying to make it as human as possible. So that's a lot right there. So I'm gonna go based on percentage if it has random. So when you set it to random, it's going to trigger that articulation randomly. So here I have it set to 100% of the time. And I'll do it maybe less than 10%. Camera froze again. Okay. I don't have the most attractive face, so I don't know why you guys want to see. I'm just kidding. Let's see. There you go. It's back, right? That sounds really good. So when I repeat notes, I want to hear whether it's playing the same sample over and over. When that happens, it produces an effect called the machine gun effect, which we immediately hear as unnatural. You're going to hear 10% of that time or 9% of the time you get that miss fret. Really cool. All right, let's go on. Bill Z. Bubba. That's funny. That almost sounds like Friends. Now, I'm not sure if this is a pick sample, but it sounds like it's a fingered bass rather than a picked. Here we have 2 palm mutes. So on the lower end, we have palm mute 2. And then a little bit higher, we have palm mute 1. So palm mute 2 has a shorter decay, or a faster decay, I should say. Palm mute 1 is a little bit longer. Let's see what else they have here. And then they have their usual. They have the pop and slap and all that. We'll see if we can get to that in a little bit. You know, I'm not really impressed with the built-in effects. Now this, the effects that are contained within Kontakt libraries, such as this, are not from the companies that make the sample libraries. They're from Kontakt. Kontakt, I'm not sure if they license it out or if it's just included in all Kontakt full libraries. Not the library. The Kontakt plugin has its own built-in effects, and the companies that make sample libraries use these or take advantage of these effects. And I'm not really impressed with the built-in ones here. I think if you had third-party ones, it would sound a lot better. All right, I want to hear what it sounds like in a little, as just a DI. Ooh. Now this sounds like it has a pick, so I'm going to go to setup and check real quick if it's using a pick simulation. Pick modeling is disabled. That does sound like it's picked though. All right, let's listen to a couple more and then I'll move on. That sounds really good. I really love that dirty sounding bass. Scroll. This one has double tracking. That one has also palm mute. Sounds good. All right, so that is Evolution Vision Bass. I wish I could have made a demo, but I don't have time to do that, so you can hear it in context. But it's a great bass. So there was another one, classic Rick bass. This is a Rickenbacker. And if you guys want me to show you another one, I do have another acoustic guitar that I've been sitting on for a while that is absolutely amazing. I'll show you it to you right now. It's been out for a while. So here's classic Rick bass. So it would be better if when I played up here up the neck that it would stay within a certain range, because I'm getting the low frets as well as the high ones. And so that playback is not realistic. I should have only warm rounded out notes playing over here. Okay, so what it seems like to me is that I don't know if they only sampled these first 5 frets for the bottom strings and then all of them for the top ones. That's how it's performing to me. But I'm going to go to setup and see if you can trigger specific strings, like a 4 string. Key switch, string selection keys. So we do have string selection keys. C -2 to D sharp -2. So I'm gonna go down a few octaves. C -2. There you go. Good. So they did actually sample these. That sounds horrible on this bass though. Let's go to the next string. And it's not the sampling that sounds horrible. I think it's just this bass. This bass has a very distinct sound. It's very barky. So you can actually program a realistic performance like using the exact strings and frets that you want, but it doesn't do it for you automatically. Here's the next string. And then here's the next string. All right, let's go through some presets. Don't like that. Oh, I like this one. Let's hear these effects. I seem to have frozen again. There you go. So this is using the palm mute picked. Sounds really nice. So this is a picked bass, from what I can see. I'm trying to get a groove here. sounds great. Cool. So the rest of these are just using different tones, different presets. This is a good bass. I don't really use Rickenbacker basses, so this is one of those specialty boutique basses, I guess you can say. It's not really made for all types of music, but for very specific genres. So that was that's all I'm going to do for the Orange Tree Samples series. There are more that I'm going to go over in the future. My goal, and I say this very loosely, my goal is to do a live stream on Mondays because I need to get reconnected with my channel. I haven't been posting much, and I noticed that my viewership is going down a little bit. I don't want to waste all these years. But let me know what kind of library you want me to review right now. I'm going to do a few more. Oh, but one of them that I wanted to talk about was Soft Acoustic Guitar by... So MG Soft Acoustic Guitar by Spitfire. I was going to make a whole new video, like pre-recorded, edited, and all this stuff. But I just don't have time lately. I have a lot of work, and I'm thankful for it, but it's crazy. So MG Soft Acoustic Guitar. This guitar sample library was made, I think, with the idea of filling in a gap. There are lots of sample libraries that sound great, but they sound great at a normal dynamic level. So you get some soft notes, but a lot of mids and a lot of mezzo, and then a lot of forte as well. This one has the very soft sounds, which is why it's called a soft acoustic guitar. First off, the interface is beautiful. I love the background. It's way better than the last one they made, which is soft nylon guitar. This one sounds good, but I thought that the interface was uninspiring. I don't know, some of it looks a little amateurish to me, but their new one looks professionally made. It's beautiful, and here it is. I'm going to play a little bit. Actually, hold on. Let me load a preset. Hi, Jonathan. So one of the first things I noticed, I'm going to play a little bit more right now, but one of the first things I noticed was how well this responds to your playing, both dynamically and rule-wise. So if it follows the rules of guitar pretty well. I like that it's not all over the place, but aside from that, the sound of this is just gorgeous. Now, once we start getting into the effects and articulations, that's when it starts becoming a little bit more realistic. So let me see. Fixed string, normal. So here we have our articulations in orange. Normal, which is what I'm doing. Then we have muted. I'm not sure if I have to hold that down. There you go. And this is non-latched, unfortunately. Unless you press this, muted right here. Can y'all hear that pretty well? I know this is pretty quiet. And then we have harmonics here. And then slide from down. So it doesn't matter how many keys you're holding. It's going to slide down from there. Then we have slide from up. That's very cool. Then slide to. That sounds better if you use it for one note. All right, so next we have vibrato. So if you play a note, you hear that little sliding sound from the fingers rubbing across the fretboard. I thought it would add vibrato to a note that's already played, but it doesn't do that. You'd have to use a mod wheel for that. So with the mod wheel, you get a slightly unnatural sounding vibrato. But with the vibrato key switch, you get a natural sounding vibrato. All right, going on, we have open strings here, which is kind of an interesting one because it just plays open strings. Now, my theory behind this is that when you're switching between, when you're changing a chord and you're strumming, there's a moment when you play the chord where you lift your hand off the fretboard to slide to another chord, and you momentarily get the sound of open strings. That's my theory. I could be wrong, or it might just be some cool little feature that you're probably not going to need. So here is where it starts getting really cool. We have our hit on D sharp 0, I believe. No, sorry, that's not D sharp, that's A sharp. Hola, Fernando. Buenas tardes. So this is what I love about this, the body hit, is that it cuts off the strings, and this is what all plugins, this is what all guitar virtual instruments should do when they have a body hit, string hit, is to cut off the notes. It sounds way more natural. Oh, those notes are just so creamy, and the hammer-on pull-off is really smooth. All right, can that do multiple key switches at the same time, like slide in and vibrato? No, I don't think so, but I'm going to test it out for you right now. No, it doesn't do them at the same time. Unfortunately. But let me play a little bit more of these hits because it's fun. And I like the fact that it's on the left side because it makes more sense rather than having to tap it over here. Where is it? There you go. All right, let's go on. Here is body hit and then finger hits. This reminds me of those slightly annoying videos on YouTube of those guitar virtuosos hitting the body and tapping their fingers across and playing a 16th note harmonics, going to the tapping, and then like all this crazy stuff. These are the sounds that I hear. I hate that stuff. I don't know why, I just hate it. So one of the weak points in this program is sequencer and chord mode. The reason for this is because it only detects such a limited number of chords. So here I am holding down a G major. And right here on the bottom corner, you can see that it detects that G major. And now these yellow keys are going to be my individual strings. That's fine and dandy. It's giving me a natural position. And then I go to A minor. Now G sharp major 7. Now let's start playing some a little more complex chords. I'm playing a diminished chord right here. It's not doing anything. Now let me see if I can cause it to play the chord that I'm playing with my left hand. It's sort of doing it, but it's not giving me a natural voicing. Yeah, so it's very limited as far as the chord detection. And then we have our sequencer, which is like the strumming engine. This was a little difficult to figure out. It's not very intuitive. It's not terrible, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's good, and definitely not useful for a quick workflow. So let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, we have our different number of patterns right here that we can trigger via F0 to B0. When I hold it down, it triggers the sequencer to play. So here we have our strings going from E, low E to high E. And you can set it to play a number of strings. This is where it got a little tricky. Hold on. There you go. So when you click on the string and on that specific beat, it will play those. So right here, you can set the strum direction. Then you can set the velocity. And then if I wanted to trigger a slap or something, I can click right here. I think the other one, the little X sounded better. So on my right hand, I'm going to play the chord and it's going to follow. But once again, it doesn't follow complex chords. So it's really limited like that. So I don't find this useful. I don't really want to go through all the little meter options you have, because to me this is a very weak point of this software or this virtual instrument. The really, really strong point is just the playability. I do like programming it, and I'm gonna open up a little demo that I made. So music idea, that's what I called it. I'm not sure if my voice is going through. There you go. Now I can hear myself. Let me know what you think about this demo that I made with MG Soft Acoustic. I know it's taking a while to load. Sí, Johnny, hablo español, nomás que mi español no es muy bueno comparado a mi inglés. All right. Oh, this is not the one. Hold on, where did it go? There you go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm going to open up the MIDI. Go ahead and close this so you can see. So here's MG Soft Acoustic. And it was really fun programming the MIDI on this. So up here I have I think it's my string slide. And here's my body hits. And here's my notes. So here is just the guitar. I can hear some popping, so I think I need to raise the buffer. Yep. I had it very low. So here it is with the full band. And by the way, for percussion, I am using Session Percussionist by Native Instruments, which by the way is amazing, and maybe I'll talk about this a little bit too, or maybe in a later video, but I will leave it a link in the description for this product because I am an affiliate of Native Instruments. I don't promote all their products because some of their products I'm like, this is okay. I don't recommend this to my subscribers though. It's just not something that impresses me, so I'm not gonna try to sell it to you. This, however, this is full of inspiring presets, full of inspiring instruments and beats. There's just so much to the software, but here it is. I actually started this track with Session Percussionist because I wanted something to inspire me. So I chose a random beat. This is one that I liked, and here is the results. Whoops. Let me raise this is why I need a new computer. Hopefully this will be enough. All right, don't fail me now. And right there, this is where it starts falling apart. So I'm not gonna play that. I think this is great for creating those little like R&B type guitar grooves or rhythms. It's great for fingerstyle playing. Let me go back to it real quick. There is some control over the stereo imaging of this. It's not amazing, but it's good. So when you calibrate it, you can set the tuning of the guitar. You can set the volume. There's tuning presets like drop D, drop G, open major. And these are going to give you different timbres. And then you can control the width. So here's more centered, more mono. And then wider. That sounds better to me. You can set the string attack. So here are all the way up. Gives it like a swelling sound. I wouldn't really use that. Then fret noise. Dynamic range. So when you set it all the way down, then it's going to be less sensitive. And here you have your effects. So pre-delay, size, etc. Again, this is a contact-based instrument, so it's going to use internal effects. So these are not really impressive to me, but they sound okay. So let me know what you think about MG Soft Acoustic Guitar. I believe it costs $150. Let me verify that. So this is one I recommend. Yes, $149. It is a little bit pricey, especially the fact that that the Strum engine is not great. I think if it was, I think it should be just a little bit less, but it sounds really natural and beautiful just with the finger picking style. All right, let's see, rack view. I'm gonna go ahead and close this project. There you go. So there's lots of libraries that I still need to go over. And I am at, what's my time right now? 1 hour and 5 minutes. I don't like to stay on my headphones doing a review for too long, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. One of the most recent libraries that I've gotten was from Spitfire, and that's the Spitfire Symphony Orchestra. I can talk about that now, or I can go to another library. It's up to you guys. Or if not, I'll just end this stream early. So one of the libraries that I was really impressed with was Ireland by Native Instruments. And this is part of their Spotlight collection. All right, camera froze. I think you guys are freezing my camera. Kidding. There you go. So Native Instruments has a Spotlight collection that focuses on instruments of various cultures. They have East Asia, they have Africa, the Middle East, India, and they're all amazing libraries that capture the most common sounds and performances of each culture's instruments. And one of their most recent ones, I think it is their most recent Spotlight collection, is Ireland. This one sounds so good. So I'm going to go through the instruments really quickly. Some of them I don't know how to pronounce. So if you'll excuse me, this is called the bodhran, and it's a drum. So here in red keys, we have patterns, which are performances. So if you want that authentic performance for that style of music, for Irish music, and then you would use these keys. And this is going to follow your DAW's tempo, by the way, if you have it synced. Up here on the right-hand corner, we have our sound presets, and you can choose classic, modern, vintage, mono, ambient. They all sound really good, but very different. All right, here are a couple more rhythms. And here are the individual hits. And then if you hover over it, you'll see the information, downrange, single hits. So it's easy to sound really good with this. The sound quality, the mix is really high quality. Once you've selected your pattern, you can just simply drag in the MIDI like this, and you can edit it to fit your song. This is the way that it ought to be. I say that because that's my only gripe with session percussionists, is that there are so many grooves in there, but you can't drag the MIDI in and then edit it in your DAW. That's a huge drawback for that one. All right, let's go on. The bouzouki, I think it's called. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. So as you can see, these are all performances. Now let me try to play that. It's gonna be hard. Some of these instruments are tuned to different scales, and if you go under scales, you can see which scale it's using. So this is using the Mixolydian, which has the flat 7. Sometimes the notes cut off. I'm not sure what rule it has set. I think it's high velocities. All right, let's go to the next one. This is the butter. I'm hungry right now, I guess. This is the button accordion. By the way, all these have different snapshots within them, so you can get different tonalities or different tones and characteristics. But button accordion is one of the best accordions I've ever heard, literally on any sample library. Let's see. I'm not sure why the red keys are not triggering anything. Maybe they're not needed for this. So here in the magenta keys, we have our bass, which is the left-hand buttons, and then here in the light blue, we have our right-hand notes. Oh yeah, the red keys are the key switches. I don't know why I didn't remember that. Let's hear the dynamics. So the dynamics are very smooth on this. All right, so let's go through the different techniques. Here's a swell. What is this right here? Sound variation, sorry. So this is a different tone that you can get with this instrument. Octave. Very nice. Button only. So just the button sounds. Just in case you want those. That's funny. Then we have cut. Not sure what cut does. I think it's playing two notes really quickly. Triplet. This one's really cool. And here is, what is this one called? Slide up. I've never heard these sounds on an accordion sample library. Oh, this is one of the ones I love the most. So I'm just making stuff up. All right, so here's strike. It's just to give it flavor. It adds a lot of flair to the instrument. Here's decaying. As a Mexican American, I think this would sound great with a lot of the music that I like to play. I'm looking for staccato though. I didn't find it anywhere here. Lower. I don't know what HT stands for. But it has a crescendo. Anyway, that's a great instrument. Sounds beautiful. And let's go to the next one. This is a concertina, which is a very small accordion. You can have a lot of similar articulations. Beautiful. Here's a fiddle. All right, so this is one thing I found weird about this one, and I hope they fixed it. I haven't updated it to the most recent one, but I don't know if you can hear it over YouTube, but there is this digital, I don't want to say it's an artifact, but it sounds like there's a mismatch in the sampling rate. Let's see, where is it? That sounds fine right there. There you go. When I sustain a note, I hear like a it's not the violin sound, it's like a digital, it's almost like a signal sound. It's an overtone. You don't hear it on the low dynamics. But it sounds really annoying. All right, let's go through the articulations. We have long, which automatically repeats a note. Then we have sound variation. This is where I hear the buzz a lot. I don't hear it there. There I hear it. It's like a zzz. That's the sound it's making. Here we have a little slide or graze note. And that's the kind of sound that makes it a fiddle rather than a violin. Beautiful. I think it's a ricochet. Cran range. No. Mordant. That's not a mordant. That's a triplet. Here's a mordant. Triplet. Turn. Legato. I wonder if they have vibrato, because I haven't heard it yet. All right, here are the performances. So the fiddle is not great in my opinion. It's good, not great. The button accordion is great in my opinion. All right, let's go through some final ones. Here's the Irish flute, which I actually like. I think this one might have that weird sound though. So for this one, I would use the ambient. There are lots of ornaments on this one. Then we have the Irish harp. This one's in the key of G. It's beautiful. So what's up here? We have something up here. These are the performances. All right, next instrument. Mandolin. There's so many instruments in here. All right, I want to play it myself. Let's go through the techniques. This is a little harsh. So according to this, would you have the mod wheel down, it gives you a tremolo. Oh, actually, the mod wheel controls the tremolo. So there you go. That's what I wanted to hear. We have soft. So anything above 0 is going to trigger a tremolo. All right. Then we have tenor banjo. All right. So if I'm correct, you're going to hear exactly how, or you're going to see exactly how that was programmed when I click on that key switch and then drag in the MIDI. This is what I like to see. So here we have the low notes, and then we have articulation. I think that's like a note turn. So G sharp 0 is going to trigger that. There you go. That was easy. So they make it very simple to create those performances. All right, let's go to the next one. This is tin whistle. This is one of my favorite instruments. Actually, it's really fun to play it. Oops. Oh. I think I have SpongeBob stuck in my head or something. I've been playing that little riff a lot lately. Here's the Uilleann pipes, I think it's pronounced, which are bagpipes, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to find the drone sound. Maybe it's somewhere here, out of view. So those are performances, and this is a beautiful instrument. Okay, you know what? I'm inspired. Before I go, I'm just going to create a little Irish tune based off of this performance right here. And I'm going to butcher this. I'm not Irish. I don't listen to Irish music, even though that's not a genre. Celtic music. You know, excuse me if I'm wrong, if I'm getting the countries mixed up. I'm an ignoramus with some things. So let me play this real quick. All right, that's gonna be my second half, my question and answer, so to speak. So here is Ireland, and then I'm gonna turn that green because that's a much more inspiring color. Maybe this green right here. And then I'm going to create a few MIDI tracks so that I don't have to open a bunch of instruments. I can just use this instance of contact, and this is going to be set to port A, channel 1. And then I'm going to use the tin whistle. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. Where is Uilleann pipes? And then tin whistle is going to be below it. So this is going to be channel 1. Tin whistle is going to be channel 2. So I'm going to drag this MIDI right here to MIDI 1. Make sure this is, let's see. That's set to channel 1. Good. And then this should be channel 2. Let me listen to the melody real quick. Da-da-dum. I already forgot it. Da-da-da. I'll record that much. Da-da-da. I already got it wrong. And then all right. That's fine for now. Let me add a third instrument. And this time I'm going to add some drums. So the bodhran. Oh no. No, I didn't mean to do that. I need to drag it in. Okay. This is going to be MIDI channel 3. Port A, 3. And then it should already be mapped. Let's see if there's a rhythm here that I can use. I'll use that one. That's it. I mean, there's so much you can do with this, just these instruments here to get that Irish flavor. I'd have to study a little bit more to be more authentic, but I hope you enjoyed these reviews. I'm going to leave a link into the description for the products that I am an affiliate with. And again, I don't recommend products that I hate or personally don't use. This is a great product. I recommend it. There are other native instrument libraries that I could post, but I don't promote them. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to my channel. I'm Ruben with HIFIMIDI, and thanks for watching.